Oh, hey, sorry about that. We didn't have sound just then, but we do now, I think. Yep, we are here. We are here. Sorry, we had no sound during that race. My controller is my microphone, and it wasn't working, as always. But I hope you enjoyed that race. I wouldn't have really been able to talk during that. That was really intense. I'm really happy with that. Let's quickly save the replay, because I will do a proper and I always say that I'm going to do an edit of the race and upload it, and I never do, because I never have time. But I really liked that race. Let's do another. Let's go straight back into it. So if you hadn't guessed, if you just watched that race, this is Le Mans, and we are taking it in what Gran Turismo calls a GR2 class car. What that is fancy speak for is basically a Japanese Grand Touring car or a classic Le Mans car. So two very different types of car in this race. So this is the car I'm taking, the Mercedes, and the Mercedes is really slippy and has lots of power, but it doesn't have as much downforce. Whereas these touring cars, they don't really have as much power, even though it says there that they have more power. If I go on here and hang on, how do I do this? So, hang on, how do I do this? Gran Turismo, stop being stupid, please. So, it's got 587 horsepower, according to that, whereas this one, according to this, has... Okay, it's still actually less, 569. I don't understand how it works, but this car is basically faster in a straight line. It could just be downforce. It could just have less downforce. It's got less weight, so that's one thing. But anyway, babbling aside, we'll do one more race tonight. This is just racing for fun tonight. I spent all week putting in a qualifying lap that I thought would be good enough to get me high up the grid in some high-class races, and we just saw that in the first race. That I came fourth in the race. I qualified, I think, sixth. There were a few crashes in front of me, which helped. The guy behind me was really quick, but he had a different car to me, so he was quick in different places. You saw that I was pulling away down the straights, and then through the curves at the final sector, he was all over me, and especially, he got so much more confidence in the final chicane, and that's where I'm lacking confidence, is that final chicane. That's where I'm losing all my lap time. I'm still not convinced that this thing's actually on. I guess it's on because I can see my controller's working. I'm wiggling the stick, so I guess it's on. It's just not lit up for some reason. I'm going to balance it on my crotch. I really do need a better microphone setup. With microphone balance on my crotch is probably not the best way to race. But anyway, so we've got a 5-minute break until the next race, so I'm just going to go and drive around like a hoon. It might be hard to hear me, actually, so where's the TV remote? It's here. Let's just pull over. Turn the volume down. That's better. I can hear myself over the engine noise. I do feel sorry for my neighbours. So how I'm driving this, by the way, you notice if you was watching that race, I was cheating a little tiny bit. So TCS, traction control, basically without traction control this car is very difficult to drive, whereas with traction control it's just difficult to drive. It's a very snappy car, it's very powerful, it's a bit of a beast. So what I've been doing is I've been turning the TCS off in the fast corners because the traction control locks up the differential in this car. Just ran wide because this is why I wasn't talking, by the way, whilst I was driving. It's so difficult to control this car. This car needs you to constantly be balancing your feet and your hands. It's a shame I don't have a foot camera, really, because my footwork was quite fancy in that race, actually. I was doing a fair bit with my feet. You can sort of see Down at the bottom of the screen there's the energy bar in white at the right. That's my throttle. The one on the opposite side is my brake, and you can sort of see as I'm feathering the throttle, you know, so half throttle, full throttle. If it goes red, that's when traction control is limiting it. We'll turn traction control off for this corner, and then you just see me squeezing gently. See there, balancing the throttle. You can hear it in the engine note as well. And then what I'd normally do is turn the traction control back on for the tight stuff. And I could probably do it without traction control through the tight stuff. It's not that I'm a bad driver, it's just that there's always that 1 out of 10 times that the car's going to spin. I mean, let's just do it with traction control off now, just to see what it's like. You'll see. So coming down here, braking there, across the curbs. I'm probably going to get a penalty for that. That was a bit too much curb. And squeeze the throttle gently. I think that's a penalty because I took too much curb on the way in. In fact, no, the gods of Gran Turismo haven't given me a penalty for that. That's nice. But you saw there. So you just have to be really patient on the throttle and just squeeze it like you're trying to squeeze an egg without breaking it. That's what I've always been told, and that seems to work. So next corner, down through the gears, and actually the car does handle a lot better with the traction control off. It transforms the car, but it's going to make it so much more difficult. There you go, I got a penalty for that one. I wasn't paying attention to the track limits. So we've only got another 1 minute 40 left. It's not going to be enough to really get a qualifying lap in. It's going to take my time there, the 3:40.2. Where does that lap rank? Well, it's in the top 1,000, that's for sure. Last time I checked, it was in the top 500, but I think people might have got a bit faster since I did that lap. Now we have actually got some rain. That's interesting. That might happen in the race. So this is my weather radar. This shows where the rain is, and you can see that there's a patch of rain for the next couple of minutes. There will be an impact on grip. It's not too severe right now. I can feel some grip. There's a little meter at the far bottom left corner of my screen. It's a little bar with a water symbol next to it. That's how wet the track is. Now I've got to serve this penalty, half a second. So if you was watching the last race, this is actually what kept me from losing 4th place at the end. Was the guy behind me had a half a second penalty through that gate. He must have ran wide somewhere and accrued a penalty. Quite happy with that because it kept me in the lead. He caught me back up by the end, but I stopped him from overtaking me. This is where the traction control off really makes a difference through these corners. So see, just careful throttle work there. I'm going to turn traction control back on because the race is going to start in 4, 3, 2, 1. So we didn't even have time to actually get a lap in. And there we go, we are starting the race. We'll find out where we're going to start. Might be towards the back this time. It is towards the back. And we are going to be featured on YouTube because the great Womble leader is here. He is one of the all-stars from YouTube. Hey, if you're watching Mr. Womble, respect, you are quick and I am not. But I look forward to being in your video in a good way, not in a bad way. Maybe I should go check the weather. The weather says no rain. Okay, that's just as well, because I'm not on wet weather tyres. You don't really get, I don't know how it works with this, with the rain. I'm just going to put my controller stand by my side, so you might not hear me as well. And I'm going to have to concentrate here because there's a lot of people faster than me in this race. We are in the A-class lobby, and there's even some A-plussers who are sort of top 0.5% in the world. So A-plussers are going to be unbeatable. There's a few professional YouTubers here, I can see. I'm going to get the car ready for the opening of the race, which is... Let's go to my radar, noticing that there's a lot of Mercedes around me. So as I said, there's touring cars. You can see one of the touring cars up ahead there in purple. There's one there in orange as well. So they will have very different handling to me. But I am now just going to climb down. I'm going to take the start of the race. 3. Oh god, it's going to start me on the bloody chicane. Oh my god. That is the worst place to start a race. It hands over the control of the car actually on the chicane. That is horrible. I wasn't expecting that. Traction control off. Big cluster of cars in front. And the ran wide. Now we're 30. No, this is not that well. I hope I don't get a penalty. That was 2 wheels off the track. A lot of cars in front, a lot of chaos back there, I think. Maybe I can switch to a radar view. I ran off. I missed my braking point because I couldn't actually see it. And now I am last. This is going on much worse than the last race. But the only way is forwards. It's a long race. People will make mistakes. I couldn't see my braking point there. I just couldn't see the braking boards. Because all I saw in front of me were cars. I was in a car crash, and now I'm into 50. I just want to keep pressure on the cars in front. It is a bit crappy what's happening there, but oh well. He's a bit squirrely. One of the touring cars, yeah, it is. He won't be fast down here, but it will get me through the final sector. Even if I can pass it. Gaggle of cars up in front, the same gaggle that tripped me up earlier. So we got past him, but I think he's going to come back through these corners. I'm definitely not going to target him through these corners. I think he might get a penalty for that. I might get a penalty for what I did as well. Yeah, he got a penalty. So he's not really a concern to me now. He's got a 1 second penalty. I can just leave him be. Not taking that particularly well by my standards. speed at the moment behind me. A few moments behind me. We're up into 13th. We started the race in 11th. So, could be worse. I'm 2 places down from the start. It's quite a bit back at the start. And that time, that is how you break that corner. It's so much easier to break the corner when you can see it. Annoyingly, the car in front is pulling away. Not what we like to see. But I am well and truly pulling away from the car behind. Driving quite conservatively through that corner. There's an extra sort of 25 metres on braking zone, just making my foot whilst I'm driving down the straight. So you change up in front as well. Still see the car in front, so that's a good thing. Another. Traction control down, put the fast corners up in front. Oh, that felt nice. That's probably the fastest I've taken that. Sort of very sideways orange car behind me there. That first apex compromised the second. A couple of tenths lost there. So I do want to actually catch someone. But there's no slow guys in this race, that's the thing. Three of them can match lap times with the guys in front. They're going to come up from under attack from the car behind if I'm not careful. So my feeling is that this guy in the orange car is actually quite a quick driver. He's just shuffled down the order because of an accident or something. But I reckon he is going to duel me. He's going to catch me. I am driving very conservatively, that's the thing. I'm trying to balance conservative driving,
see. That was a bit better there. I really need a gap on the guy behind. Quite happy with the way those went. We are gaining on the car in front, but not by much. I think he's just taking a penalty because he's slowed down quite a lot down here. Taking a second out of it down the straight. Now we've got the attack of the orange car. The touring car is so fast through those corners. And I can't do anything through these. Pull the way down the straight, I've got more power or less weight, whichever. And this is where that touring car is so much better through that corner, because that's a high downforce corner. This might be where yes, it's just going to bump draft me, playing it smart. He knows if he bump drafts me, it'll make him faster, it'll help him catch the car first. They are catching the car in front of me. Not enough to be in his slipstream. We need to be within about 0.7 seconds to be the toe of the car in front. So another second yet. Wide. This guy's going to make an absolute mincemeat of me through the fast S's. He's taking the car with him as well. Luke has got a penalty. I did see that over his name. I swear I gain a lot on the touring cars. Top speed that I've got. Now, can I get a toe off him? I am getting a toe. Good, 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 good. Last lap. That as well. I'm absolutely sure of that. I've not got a penalty. He's got a penalty. The guy in front's got a penalty, and I've not got a penalty. What the hell? The penalty system in Gran Turismo is random. Maybe because I'm backed out of it, I don't know. I've got to close up on this guy though, because he's got a penalty. If I can get in his slipstream, I can get 10th place in this race. I just need to get in his draft, so that when he takes his penalty I can have it. Not quite in that draft yet. It's close. Now I'm in it. We did it. Gonna survive the last corner. I hope he doesn't do anything dumb like taking it out. Recovery drive. Back up to 10th. Not bad, not bad. And most of the drivers in front of me were A+. There was only one driver of my rating that finished top 8. So, you know, A+, 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 and A+, and of course Womble did great. But that is where we're going to leave it. We're going to save the replay, of course. What? Sparks. I'm just going to say weird penalty. It's hard to type on this thing. But Yeah. So anyway, I can't do two things at once. I can't talk to you guys and carry on typing. But other than that horrible start, I think that went actually all right. I think actually I might just do another race. I'm raring for it now. What time's the next one? We've got 8 minutes until the next one. Just gonna have a nice swig of hop from the bottle. Why not? Needed that. Dry mouth. I know what we could do whilst we wait. Let's go dress the car up. Let's go get a silly colour scheme for the car. Something daft. Something pink. Hang on. We need to do this a different way. I keep forgetting Gran Turismo's menu system is horrendous. It's designed by someone who's never used the menu before. What you do is you go load style and then you go to content search. There we go. Let's pick a livery for our car. That one looks particularly silly. Oh, can I preview it? Oh no, I can't preview them, and it doesn't let me download them. Ah, Gran Turismo, come so far in the last decade, haven't you? Totally no bugs in Gran Turismo, is there? For some reason I can have the same livery as the car already comes with. There's lots of Mercedes tribute ones, because it's a Mercedes. But I want something interesting. Let's have a look what we've got. That looks like the McLaren from 1995 actually. We've got some funky variants of the existing colour scheme. We've got lots of homages to McLaren as well in here. None of them are really interesting though. I mean, you see these all the time on every car in the game. What I want is something that's just like so stupid that no one else will ever go with it. If there was a rusty one or something, that'd be quite cool, because I like my rusty cars. It's always fun to have a nice rusty one. As if that person's made one that they say is the Sultan of Brunei edition, and yet all it is painted black. Yeah, pull the other one, mate. Pull the other one. Got lots of Red Bull clones as well. They're always really popular. Everyone wants a Red Bull clone. Can't spend too long doing this because I'll miss the race. Oh, I missed the race. What time is it? About 5 minutes. Ooh, we've got an art car. And it's successful. Come on. Yes, that looks suitably silly. That's what we like. The stupidest possible colour scheme. Job done. Actually, I shouldn't be letting the music play because I get copyright claims for the background music in Gran Turismo. Because that's another thing that Sony's done really badly, is not actually get copyright clearance for any of the background music in the game. So, you know, when you're streaming, it just gets you a content strike. So I'll wait for that in my inbox tomorrow. And go racing. What we might do, if you want to stick around to the end, if anyone is watching to the end, we'll have a go at the Olympics qualifier as well. Although, hang on, let me just make sure I've entered this. You know what I'm going to do as well? I'm going to save my car's settings. There we go. Because I'm fed up of having to tell it to put the medium tyres on. Anyway, yeah, we'll do the Olympics challenge after this. So the Olympics challenge is to qualify for the actual Olympics. There's a esports category in the Olympics. and yeah, Gran Turismo is one of the categories. You have to be the fastest person from your country. I'm currently about the 100th fastest on the qualifier, so I've got 99 more places to gain. I've got to gain around a second on my lap time, and I can't do it. It's not going to happen. In fact, it's not a second. I forgot. It's 2 seconds. I gained 2 seconds a lap, which is basically going from being Latifi to being Hamilton. For those who didn't watch Formula 1 last year, Latifi being the worst driver ever since Mazepin the season before. Who's the Latifi of this season in F1? That's a good question, isn't it? I mean, I'm just making small talk whilst we wait for 11 o'clock when the race starts. In fact, I tell you what, I'm going to use the last 4% of my battery on my phone just to actually advertise the stream, because that's usually how most of my viewers watch me, is because I tout a link to the stream. And then when I do that, then the next thing that happens is that I crash. So we'll do that again. So I'll share out a link to my stream. Late Night Racing live. We'll put that on my Facebook, and we'll put it on my WhatsApp and on my socials. Let's see who watches me make a fool of myself. Let's see who's around and who's going to watch. I want to see that streaming number go up a little bit. I'm just trying to think who will be in the mood to watch some racing this time of night, which isn't many people. This is the last one I'm doing, and then we'll do a quick lap or two of the Olympic Challenge just to show you how difficult it is. We've got another minute left before we can get to that. In fact, 29 seconds. I can't think of any more small talk to make. All I can say is, look at that, I'm the second fastest person I know at this track. But actually, Smithy's lap time is absolutely outstanding. Let's see where I am on the ranking globally. 1,675th, so I have slipped. I was in the top 500 last time I checked, but there's a lot of fast people out there who do laps as well. I have got a faster lap in me, it's just I've only been practicing for like 1 day, and by 1 day I mean a couple of hours. Are we starting this race last? No, we're not. It's only in 10th. I'm hoping that this time the game doesn't start me in the middle of a corner. That did not help me. Let's just check the weather. No rain is forecast, because this is a mixed weather race, although I think the rain is just superficial. I haven't done enough of these races to know, but I think people who've been doing these races all week would know that there's never going to be any rain, but it does appear that there's some on the radar, so I just want to check. So who we've got in this race? We've got Womble again. Sparks was actually one of the faster guys in the last race, but he finished behind me, but then again he did have a massive crash. Shout out to Sparks, legend mate, you didn't ram me off or pump me off the track, you waited for a clean overtake and didn't get one. Totally respect that. What we got around us, we've got touring cars all the way around us on the grid this time. That's going to be an interesting way to start the race. Yes, this could be spicy. Look at how many Brits are in the race. Tells you that there's a lot of British people up playing Gran Turismo at this time of night. Either that, or British people are just the best at Gran Turismo. I think it's that we're the best at Gran Turismo. There's, well, there won't be 10 of them in front, but cars 10, 9, 3, 2 and 1 are all those Brits. I didn't fall for the same mistake again. It did start me in the same place as last race, right in the middle of a corner. So we gained a place. That was sketchy because I was hoping that guy would go ghosted, and I didn't know if he would. Gran Turismo doesn't always ghost cars out when they spin, so it was just like, okay, avoid. Lost a bit of time avoiding it. I think I'm going to get a penalty. I hope that the game judges that I've backed off enough. The game did judge that I've backed off enough. So what you can do is, if you run off the track and accidentally take a shortcut, you can just back off the accelerator and the game acknowledges that you're trying to hand the advantage back. All over the place. I think that, yeah, I knew that one would get the penalty. That guy's going to easily get back past me. Still 11th. We have lost a few places, but we've also gained a few places. We're apparently on Twitch according to that guy's game tag. Well, I was too kind. I was too kind there. Now, it's on my foot. But he's got a slipstream. Damn it. We're really unhappy with the penalty there because we made him go on the track. And actually, he got there. like I'm going backwards, but I'm just trying to keep it clean. Hey up, John. What John's going to say, he's going to say, why have you got traction control on? Whoa! Accidente! I knew that was going to happen. Oh, and he's got a big penalty for it as well. The game really did think that was his fault, eh? Right, traction control on. Secret to the Porsche curves, and we are on for 8th place if we can get this. God, no grip. Oh, the weight of the car in front really hurts. Oh, God. That's the first time I've really followed anyone closely through the Porsche curves. That really hurt. Joker Man really likes hitting me. Oh, no sound. Oh, that was close. I want to get this guy. Don't think I can get him into Indianapolis. Might win for the braking zone, it's just asking for a crack. I got a punt there from Joker Man, and he's got a 3-second penalty for it, and I've got damage. Damaged me. That is going to really hurt me for the rest of the race now. I have no top speed now. badly from here. Right, bump right. Oh, the damage is gone. He's going to get me back.
Yeah, so apparently there's no sound. Yeah, okay. Usual controller crap. Ooh. Yeah, so I don't know if you could actually hear me throughout any of that, but yeah, so yeah, no sound again, but hope you enjoyed the racing. Hope you enjoyed the racing. Hope you enjoyed the racing. So, see you on the next one.